sound. Devo Jones with the pick six, Keanu O'Neal with the hard hit, getting the ball back on offense. Watch Julio Jones keep moving the sticks. Calvin Ridley in for the score. We came back, we up four, about to get in. Our victory stance, no coming back. We closing the door. A-T-L blackout. A-T-L blackout.
Welcome to the show today, baby. This your boy Jimbo Dean, aka Jimbo Slice, aka Jimmy Obama. And you can call me any one of those you want. But please do not call me no damn New Orleans Saints fan. This is Pound for Pound ATL. Me and Big Mike is here with y'all on a Friday. And y'all see the background. We talking a little draft house again up in here. Shout out to my boy JR. What's going on? Sorry I missed y'all on that Tuesday live show. Had a little something to do. It's over with. Time, hey, it's in the past. Let's move on to this draft because we talking draft from here on out, big dog. How you doing over there, Mike? What is going on over there in Atlanta? Ground zero, pound for pound, ATL. What's up, my dog?
Dude, let me tell you something. Talking about a draft on a team like this is exciting. To be honest with you, all we got is hope. I know, listen, pound for pound family, PPN family. I get it. False hope. I'm tired of it. Every year we get excited about the draft, but I think that, to be honest with you, this is a draft where I still feel like it's important that we tap in. We make sure that we understand what's going on in this draft, because I really feel like, for as much as everybody wants to write the Falcons off and talk about how we're about to rebuild and tear everything down, it's like, man, I'm telling you, the cupboard is not bare in Flowery Branch. We still got enough of the organizational structure in place. We still have enough of, like I said, a Deion Jones, a Grady Jarrett, on offense. You got, even outside of, let's say, Matt Ryan, right? All that, we hearing all that hoopla about Matt Ryan. You look at that. I mean, hey, you got a really good right tackle over there in Caleb McCarry. You got a rock solid guard who we might have only mentioned his name 4 or 5 times this year, and it's only to mention him in a good way, and that's Chris Lindstrom. And I think that guys like that will continue to only get better. You got a Hennessy there, you got an Alex Mack, heir apparent. So, my thing about it is like this, we don't know what's going to happen in 2021.
We don't.
This is another time, like I said, tap in, talk about this draft, and really, like I said, make sure that we've done our due diligence to say, all right, who's available, what we might pick, who we might go with. And again, like I said, every week y'all tap in, we're going to get y'all what y'all want, period.
And this is us just solely coming to y'all, laying out the information to get your opinions off of our opinions. This is straight up opinionated. And it's something we have to do to continue to. We're not trying, like Mike said, not trying to get no false hope, but we got to expect better out of our team year after year. And we have to say this year is our year, because 2020, this season, 4 more games left. This is 3 more games. This is over. But we have to keep saying this. This is what keep me an Atlanta Falcon fan. Year in, keep Mike the same way. Year in and year out, we say this year is our year. And if you're not saying that, you're not really not a real fan. You gotta be a real fan now. You
Right.
can't be no Rudy poop. As my man, I know jabroni. Like the Rock used to say, you can't be a jabroni when you come to an Atlanta Falcon fan. You got to be ready, and you got to have that mind frame as is. Like this year is our year, and that's what we're gonna continue to do. And it ain't gonna stop. The train gonna keep on rolling. Holla at your boy, Jimbo Dean, aka Jimbo Slice. We ain't never scared. Step up to the plate and let's get it done. Big Mike, let's talk this draft. Now look, man, we don't move to number 7. In our last draft show, I was talking about trading back. And I still kind of am in that position because I'm gonna touch the defense this week. I'm gonna touch the defense. I'm going over to the defensive side of the ball because Lord know it do need help. Side of the ball need lotion like no other. Okay, up and down, lather it up. Maybe might need some baby oil. Okay, get at your boy now. Holla at me. Follow me now. Follow me. So Big Mike, we're gonna start with you this week because we started with me this last. We started with me last week, so we're gonna jump on your train. And Mike gonna go. See, Mike going offensive side of the ball. And see, pound for pound ATL fans out there, and Mike favorite pound for pound ATL fans out there, y'all know he's a defensive side of the ball type of man. But he only want to do what's right for the Atlanta Falcon organization. Don't we all? Don't we all wish we was up in Flowery Branch, up in that building, making some decisions? But let's put our opinions out there because we have the right to put our opinions out there because we are just as much fans as the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to Arthur Blanks, but please, Arthur, help us get it right. You ready, Big Mike? You did your due diligence tonight, man. You ready to roll on this side of the ball because you starting to have a little change of heart there, big dog. What's going on, man? Holla at your boy.
Yeah,
What's
man.
up,
Yeah, man.
baby?
hey, and first and foremost, shout out to the regulars, the P4P regulars, the DPN regulars who provided some feedback about the
Love
pick that I
y'all.
had last week. And let me tell you something. I just so happened to click on ESPN the very next day, and old Todd McShay was saying the exact same thing.
You
Well, he
hit.
said Kyle Pitts. And let me tell you something. Like I
Yep.
said, there is not a tight end in the NFC South right now that is a mismatch problem from day one. I'm gonna tell you something.
You hit it on the head with McShay there, big dog. Go ahead.
Well, listen, because if we would have had, if we, and I'm gonna tell you something, we still are in a position to where
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, if he is on your team, he immediately adds a dimension and element that is sorely lacking. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of would compensate for some of the deep ball problems we hear about. Oh, Matty Ice can't throw the deep ball. He can't throw it 60 yards to Calvin Ridley. Well, here's the thing: get a tight end like old Kyle Pitts. You don't need to throw it 60 yards. You can just throw it to him, catch him on a 20-yard seam. Matt Ryan throws beautiful 20-yard seams. You hear me? With mismatches with linebackers. We just hadn't had it to that point. And to be honest with you, let's be real now. When we had Tony G was at the end of his career. Still a GOAT, still a Hall of Famer,
No
but we've
question.
not had the luxury to have a Hall of Fame-esque. And I mean, when you look at the tape, I could say, hey, this guy here has a chance to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL, not just a good NFL player, because he's one of those guys. It's rare that you get a tight end that just can just beat a defense like a drum
Right.
by himself.
Right.
It's rare that you have a tight end that can come into an offense and just fundamentally change the whole, topography of the team, right? So
Mhm.
again, that was last week, and I really still stand on my Kyle Pitts pick. But again, that was at the number 8 pick. This week we got the number 7 pick. So when you go number 7, you keep moving up, and
We moving
uh,
on up, dog.
and here's the thing: I hate to look ahead. Because we're in the moment right now. It's a Friday show, but
Yeah.
it's a potential that we could lose our next 3 games. It's a high potential that
Oh, it's
you playing the
strong.
Chiefs, you playing a Buccaneers team that needs to get into the playoffs. You might be going to get some guys who may have already mentally checked out, i.e., a Todd Gurley, who was just got a Falcons uniform on that's just there in body and spirit, but his mind is back in LA where his house is.
Jesus
Anyway,
Christ.
now at the number 7 pick, who do I have this week? I've seen enough to have a little bit of a change of heart, as Jimbo Slice noted. This week, to be honest with you, even though I know he's shooting up the draft boards, I'm going with the guy that everybody likes, that some people don't like because he's a bit of a wild card, and I'm going with Zach Wilson.
Ooh.
6'3", 210 pounds, Utah guy, born in Utah, Draper, Utah. This year so far thrown for 3,267 yards, 30 touchdowns, 3 interceptions,
Ooh.
QBR of 87.2. And Jimbo said something, hey, I'll be honest with y'all because we got to tap into it. This is where I know, again, the comments are about
Let's
to
get with
get
it.
rolling. But Jimbo said something before, and I always like to ask him because, I always respect the eye that we have when we analyze these future draft picks. And I look at Zach Wilson, and I said, hey, Jimbo, I'll be honest with you, man. He looked like he got a little Kyler Murray in it to me. I see a little bit of can do it all, throw it from the pocket, rocket arm,
Hey,
moxie,
man.
intelligent, smart, natural born leader. Everybody gravitates around this guy. But here's the thing about Kyler Murray. He's a little bit taller than Kyler Murray. He's 6'3", 210 pounds.
Hey,
That to me
Saint.
screams
Yeah.
prototypical NFL quarterback size, height, arm, moxie, runs the ball. There's absolutely a lot to like about this guy. And I'll be honest with you, outside of the experience, because experience matters in the NFL. And this is
Yeah,
not
do.
the down the Godfather Matt Ryan, which I'm gonna still call him the Godfather because he's earned the right. You earn the right to be a Godfather. That ain't just something you can
Mm-hmm.
get 2-3 years in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start going to the intangibles and I start looking at, okay, what does this person do better than that person? This is the guy to me, to be honest with you, that's kind of, I would say even more than Trevor Lawrence, that's really stacking up for, I would say, a play, the way his game translates. Because I'll be honest with you, with the type of receivers that we have, and let's go in theory, right? Let's say, hey, Julio comes back, and Russell Gage and Calvin Ridley and all these kind of guys, and you got a quarterback that's comfortable in the shotgun, throwing it to anybody, anytime, and can hit the open receiver. To me, as of today, I'm willing to put my chips on the table and say, give me Zach Wilson because I think he plays a little bit like Kyler Murray. But boy, did you drop a bomb on me when you said who he looks like to you? So I'm gonna stop talking. I've said Zach Wilson. What are your thoughts? Who does he look like to you? And what do you like about this guy?
And first and foremost, Mike, that is a good observation of that player. And in hindsight, looking at it, 2020, that is also, I think, is a very good pick with the 7th round pick if it stays that way for the Atlanta Falcons, simply because. Let's be honest, this guy gonna sit a year now. He's going. Let's talk about this. He's gonna sit a year. If bar Matty Ice, the Godfather himself, do not get hurt. Now, what I was doing when I watched Zach Wilson, when I started to see him climb up the charts for some reason, and I seen one guy who's a NFL draft, used to be a scout, NFL draft analyst or whatever you want to call him, not Michelle and not none of them guys over there, but it was somebody else. He said reason why this guy is going over the top of Justin Fields is simply because of smarts, simply because of the way he studied the game and how he's a student of the game. Now, if you're gonna have an NFL quarterback, he simply got to be a student of the game. You can't just have some raw talent out there trying to get it done. That's not gonna work. That's not how the paid managers of the world work in the NFL today. And far as translating directly to the NFL almost immediately, I like a Zach Wilson. And when I was talking, Mike asked me before the show, and we was talking, he said a Kyler Murray type of guy, and he do have those tangibles, but he's just 6'3". The exact same height as Justin Fields, by the way. Let's get that. Let's do not get that twisted. This guy's the same size as Justin Fields, same height. Don't get it twisted. Let's go now. I immediately went back and not immediately after Mike told me that. Before this, I went and watched a little Aaron Rodgers. Y'all remember that guy Kyle Berkeley, which is a very intelligent school to get into, very smart school to get into. You got to be intellectual fit to get into a Kyle Berkeley. Let's just not get that twisted. So I went back and watched Kyle. I went back and watched Aaron Rodgers college highlight tapes. And as I'm watching the college highlight tapes, I say to myself, "Good God Almighty, this guy look like somebody I know right about now." And that's that kid out there at BYU. I give him a Aaron Rodgers s type of comparison. And this is it stick with me now because you got to be smart to get into BYU as well. Am I wrong, Mike, or is that just a Rudy Proof school you can get
No, no,
into?
no, 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 no. But listen. You better ask her. Listen, we gonna get a guy on the show who got rejected to BYU, who probably runs some kind of
Right.
business or whatever, and just tells you how hard it is. So yes, you right on point. Yes.
So okay, Kyle Berkeley, BYU, these in the intellectual schools. So this kid, the thing that remind me of him and Aaron Rodgers so much, Big Mike, and this is what separates today's quarterback from the rest. They can make movement in the pocket with their feet, but not only can they can make that movement, they can drop dimes on the run. In the NFL today, how fast these linemen and big they done got, you have to be able to throw accurately on the run. And that's something that's the best thing Zach Wilson got going for him right now. And that's what Aaron Rodgers been doing for years. Aaron Rodgers can drop a dime off his back leg. Zach Wilson can drop a dime off his back leg on the run, movement, getting outside of the pocket, move. Zach, I mean, just look what my boy doing up there in Seattle. Look what he doing up there in Seattle. What he been doing? He makes throws on the run. You got to be able to make throws on the run in the NFL today. Is no question about it because these defenses that got bigger, faster, and stronger. If you just want to stand in the pocket and let it loose and make sure that pocket be perfect in order to complete a pass, you're in the wrong league. You're in the wrong league. And
All right.
that's why Aaron Rodgers is successful right now. And
Yeah.
that's why he remind
Agree.
that Zach Wilson remind me of Aaron Rodgers, man. And it's just insane. But you have to go back and watch Aaron Rodgers' college tapes, not his NFL stuff. Go back and watch his college tapes and see if you see a split image of Zach Wilson. I'm telling you, man, the boys it is insane to me. And not to mention, Zach Wilson got a little wheels on him as well. He
Hey,
can
and you know
run.
what? And you know
He
what?
can run,
I'm
dog.
glad. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up because, to be honest with you, I could literally see a scenario where he could have that same slide as Aaron Rodgers, just because people like to, this is a time where they want to make you feel good about a player, right? And I think that what I see on tape is actually right on par with what you're saying. But I also think that what'll happen is people will get starstruck.
Yeah,
They'll start going on these visits. Combines
yeah,
will start happening. Justin Fields will start answering questions in a way. And there's a one thing that's working against Zach Wilson right now, and that's the college football playoff. You know what I mean?
right, right,
Because if
right,
Justin
right.
Fields goes out there, then this may be a little bit more of a slam dunk. Because what I like about what we're talking about right now about Zach Wilson is if you really talk to the prognosticators right now, they're really saying like you said, it's smarts right now that puts
Right.
a Zach Wilson over a Justin Fields.
Yeah,
Not the intangibles, because
Mm-mm.
I think anybody, if you've been following Justin Fields from high school, we knew this day would come. You knew
Yeah,
this.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knew about Zach Wilson, first of
No.
all. So, but what happens is Justin Fields might pass the eye test a little bit more. You know, he's polished and he runs, and but to be honest with you, let me be honest with you. Let's pause for a second. Don't get me wrong. Justin Fields should have been the University of Georgia starting quarterback. I'm not going to start that argument.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to start that freaking argument because it pisses me off when I think about how he left the University of Georgia. But fundamentally, let me ask you a question. In the last 10 years, can you really name an Ohio State quarterback that didn't go in that offense and put up numbers? Period.
Oh and that's a scary sight. That's a scary thing now, Mike. Scary thing now.
Because what Justin Fields has the luxury of is what a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL have had the luxury of, and that's offensive line where they barely get touched. You get a guy like that where he's barely getting touched, and my God, you know what I'm saying? I think that he can do anything. But I also remember at UGA where, to be honest with you, he was a freshman, and a lot of raw talent. But I also realized when he had to improvise, and true enough, I saw him as a younger player. He's grown to a better quarterback. But when he's had his ability to improvise, he can get a little bit more athletic than polished quarterback. And eventually in the NFL, that'll get you killed. Be honest.
And then you'll be having a season kind of like Lamar Jackson is having right now. You're kind of fighting for the playoffs type of thing.
Exactly.
And that thing on that type of deal, like a Lamar Jackson type of thing, it only lasts so long. Colin Kaepernick, you was doing great then. All of a sudden, you were leading the league in interceptions. And don't get me wrong. Now we ain't putting these guys on the pedestal. We're not putting them in the NFL yet. But far as playing in the NFL as an NFL quarterback, as an NFL QB, intellectually, that's how you win games. It's a mental ball game. You can't walk up there. And I'm not finna get into Matt Ryan and Dirk Cutter. I'm not finna do that. I promise I won't do that tonight. But you don't walk up there with that one play and then just run the play. Peyton Manning used to step up to the line with 3 plays called. Peyton Manning used to call 3 plays in the huddle. The initial play the OC sent him, the audible, and then the backup play that he had in his mind that he would run. And he'll audible through all 3 of them if it ain't there. Come on now. Just because the OC called it don't mean you got to run it. And intellectually, Zach Wilson is there. I can see Justin Fields running what it's called because, intellectually, maybe they'll change. Maybe that'll change. We're not calling them stupid or dumb or nothing like that. Don't get that twisted. But intellectually, you got to be able to win ball games in the NFL, dog. You just can't beat them with athletic ability, Mike.
And that's why, to be honest with you, man, as much as we talk about the defense, and don't get me wrong, hey, it's a lot of defensive guys out there. I think that this is a good, solid defensive draft. But we're in a situation right now where whoever our general manager is going to be, let's cool a little bit on Louis Riddick, to be honest with you, because a lot of teams think that Louis Riddick is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you something. You can like a city, but when everybody telling you amazing, you want to hear what everybody say. Oh, you think I'm amazing? Why you think I'm amazing? Oh, you think I'm amazing? Okay.
Right.
So he doing the I'm amazing world tour, right? But whoever that general manager is, he's got to look at his team and say, all right, man, I got this amazing ass stadium. We lost money a lot due to COVID. How am I gonna get butts in this seat? Problem is this.
They're gonna be a thing.
A lot of Matt Ryan loyalists, you know what I mean, JR. A lot of Matt Ryan loyalists are really having to ask that question. Like I said, I give JR a lot of credit. To be honest with you, JR, he will defend Matt Ryan, to be honest with you. But he also understands that, like we always say, we are Falcons fans first, so we want our organization to win. And to be honest with you, a lot of people are going to expect more of the same. Even if we start off on fire, it's just we as fans right now, we have literally accepted a losing culture, losing mentality because of all of the heartbreak that we experienced 4 freaking years ago. The Eagles have won a Super Bowl after this, and they're in a bad situation. But the way we have faltered is really at a point where we really may need to start thinking offense. We talk radical transformation, but I'm telling you, these transformations are not as radical as you think. We always use the Panthers as an example. No Kuechly, no Thomas Davis, no Cam Newton, no Star Lotulelei, and all these other guys that they have. And guess what? They're doing just fine. They are still in the playoff hunt. You know who's not in the playoff hunt? Us, with all this talent, with all of these nice foreign cars, the Calvin Ridleys, the
Yeah,
shiny little
we got
toys.
some nice cars.
We got some very nice cars, but guess what? All of them need work. All of them have the maintenance sign come on. The check engine light is on. Hey, Julio, you can't. The check engine light is on. We don't know week to week, and whatever team gets to Julio Jones has to understand that he is not going to play 16 games. To be honest with you, he's going to
No,
give
no,
you
no, no.
hell, yeah,
Yeah,
but he's not a guy that can give you 16 games anymore, right? So
right.
my bigger thing is we may have to start asking that question about Matt Ryan. He has, by the grace of God, shown durability. But to be honest with you, the way Matt Ryan is continuing to get hit, and the way Matt Ryan is, because this guy is a winner. He is a prideful, egotistical winner, regardless of how calm he shows you. When he does an interview, he wants to win. It's all about legacy for this guy. He's made enough money. He is
Right,
rich.
right.
He's fine. Whatever house he has in Atlanta, he'll probably come back and live in that house after he's done. This is home for him.
Right.
But Matt Ryan is smart enough to realize that if you watch some of the GOATs, if you watch some of Dan Marino's last game, it's tough to watch. You watch some of Vinny Testaverde's last game, tough to watch, right? I don't want to see Matt Ryan go out on a limb like that. Even somebody like Carson Palmer, hell, we don't even have to go to the greats. Look at somebody like Carson Palmer was crushing the league, and everybody thought that he was the Bengals quarterback. He went to the Cardinals, but even a guy like that leaving the Bengals to go out to the Cardinals, and his career just taper off. Matt Ryan may be at that point where it may be inevitable. And again, if you don't think somebody will trade for Matt Ryan in a second, you are absolutely out of your mind because he still is
You
a
don't. If
lost your
you don't
damn
think
mind.
nobody to trade for him, you crazy. I don't care how much bucks he got sent up on that cap. Now, Mike,
Period, bro.
we on a draft show now. You finna make me, but you finna pull the trigger here in a minute. You about to pull the pin out of the grenade, and I see you trying to instigate, and you're an instigator now. Don't do that to your boy. We hosts is on a show right now. Don't do that to me. The boy, my best friend, he know how to try to push the buttons. He,
Right, I just try to alley oop, but I know Jimbo going. He going.
Beep, beep. Boy, I'm trying to move on in 2021. You better cut it out. Hey, anyway, you said something about the defense. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna carry out this thing. I'm finna roll this thing over like a roly poly on over to the defensive side of the ball. And I mean, let's just say we stick at that 7 and we go Zach Wilson. I'm finna roll off of that, Mike. Let's say we say that. Now we all can agree, DBN, pound for pound ATL, Atlanta Falcon fans out there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, pound for pound ATL. I know y'all know that our secondary is lackluster. And we just haven't had that it factor. I mean, where's that it factor at? That intimidation factor. We haven't had that. I mean, Grady Jerry is consistent as consistent can be. Don't get that twisted. Deion Jones is still right there in the upper echelon of inside linebackers. No question about it. Keanu Neal is splashing. It's almost like he done came into himself. AJ Terrell is one of the best rookie defensive players. I mean to say, sorry about that, AJ. Don't come at pound for pound ATL, but he's one of the best defensive players and rookie defensive players in the league right now. Man, we got some shining stars over there. Good God Almighty. Why this defense is not good, I have no idea. And then I move my eyes back to that safety position. And it worries me because Ricardo Allen got paid in the shade, laid. You feel me? You're probably not going to be here next year, Ricardo Allen. Rico, I like you. Don't get it twisted. But we finna have to look at safety in this draft, Mike. It is no question about it. And
Period.
and I know we got a Jalen Hawkins. I know Hawkins. I know you on that, but brother, where have you been? Um,
Right.
if Rico is playing that bad, I mean Rico ain't playing good enough to get us over the edge as a top notch defense. Where have you been? Our secondary and our passing is we last in almost dead last in the league. If it's that bad, you would have been on the field already. You ain't been on the field, so that tells me we gonna have to go safety in the draft. We're gonna have to get a safety. So here's my top 3 safety that I think the Atlanta Falcons should look at, and it's not those safety that y'all are looking at right now, that the 1, the 2, and the 3. Well, one of them is number 2. He's number 2 ranked right now, and I like him. That's Paris Ford from Pittsburgh, 6 foot 190. His tape stands out to me simply because closing speed and he run the alley. This guy can run alleys, man. We didn't had no safety that can. When the last time we had a safety that can run the alley and make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage? Pop out tell. Leave in the comments below and tell me when the last time we had a safety to make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage on the running back. Holla at your boy. I think the last person that did it was Isaiah Oliver. He wasn't even at safety. He was at nickel or dime. So that don't even count. So Paris Ford, Pittsburgh, 6 foot 190, closing speed, run the alley, and boy, he got good ball skills. 6 foot. We have to be 6 foot. Listen to me, y'all. We have to be. I'm gonna close my eye when I say this. We have to be 6 foot or taller at safety come 2021. when the when the last time we had a 6 foot safety?
Listen,
I
listen,
mean, besides
listen.
Keanu Neal, I'm talking about a free
Every
safety that's 6 foot, man. Come on, man.
listen. Let me tell you what I want. I want to. Mine is simple, bro. I want a free safety that Thomas Day Cool will look at and say, "Dang, that's a free safety." See what I'm saying? Because we drafted Thomas Day Cool.
Yeah,
Thomas
yeah,
Day
right.
Cool is an Atlanta. He made the Pro Bowl as an Atlanta Falcon. I just remember Thomas Day Cool just, I'm surprised he even still got a fingernail because he used to
Right.
just grab a guy by the jersey. He never tackled a guy. He always had to grab him by his jersey and try to sling him on the ground. That's we had a word for him, but it's a kids watch this show.
Right.
So yeah,
But,
I want
but you
to.
see, but you see what I'm saying? I want a 6 foot something guy back
Yeah,
there.
but that's yeah. I want
You
to.
catch my drill.
We got to have a menace, bro. We got to have a menace and listen. This is another thing too. I want to add on to that. We got to have a guy that's played meaningful football and played in big games before too. You know what I mean? Like, why have we never drafted an LSU safety? Like, why have we never looked in the SEC at key positions? Like, you know what I mean? Why don't
But
we have a pass rushing SEC defensive lineman on our team? You know what I'm
if
saying? Like,
if it was up to me and you, Mike, we would draft something out of the SEC every year.
period.
Because even when they underdraft, they come in, they overachieve. So let's
Period.
caveat off of that. This is my next safety. I can't pick them both, so I got two that's really favor. I'm favoring right now. And Paris Ford is one of them. The second one is Jacoby Stevens out of LSU.
Mm.
Big games, 6'2", 230 safety.
Oof.
Check this out, right? They call him. He came from DBU, right? But on that LSU defense, they call him the quarterback of the defense. He called the plays. He's the quarterback of the defense. Who's the quarterback of the defense in Atlanta Falcons right now? It probably okay. Dion called the plays, but everybody know that Rico got the brains, which has got him this far with the Atlanta Falcons organization. Don't get it twisted. Bring in a Jacoby Stevens who can do that as well, but is 6'2", 230 pounds, quarterback of the defense. The guy plays single high safety a lot. I love his single high safety play in the SEC. What? Jimbo is a SEC or safety playing single high? Yes. And Jacoby Stevens do it all the time. He also is a box safety as well. Get you a
Ooh.
little Keanu Neal mix, sprinkle you a little Keanu
Ooh.
Neal on there,
Hey
right?
man.
And they and,
Hold
and,
on.
and they saying he's an answer for tight ends as well. So
So
he can guard
let,
tight ends very well. Go ahead, Mike.
let's pause on this Jacoby Stevens guy for a second because I think that's a good point. Because there's one play this season that sticks out in my mind as to where we could have used Jacoby Stevens. You remember when we played the Cowboys and we on the one into the 1 yard line. Zeke is running at the 1 yard line. And for Demonte Casey, I give him credit. Converted cornerback to free safety, 5'10", 175, 180 pounds. He gave Zeke everything he had. And boy, Zeke ran him into the locker room. Like he ran
Almost,
him over. And by the time he landed, he was in the locker room waking up from his concussion.
almost broke
Yeah,
him in half.
I
Almost broke
almost
him in
broke him in
half.
half.
Right.
We need a guy that can't get broken in half at safety because as safety, you got to be a tone setter. When the tone gets set against the safety, it's usually a long day for the defense. It just worked that way. It
It,
always.
I mean, 6'2", 230. You 4.8, 4.5 speed.
Yeah.
I mean, what single high is easy for that guy. Those are my two top guys. And then I got Andre Cisco from Syracuse. You round there. Boy had 12 interceptions in 2 seasons. Oh man. You, what?
Ball, ball.
Them dogs, boys a ball hawk. Done played in some big games. Done took Syracuse those 2 seasons. Took Syracuse, took Clemson to the wire every year. I mean, well, no, last year they kind of smoked, but they because of him, they was giving that Clemson offense. Go back and watch that because those are his best games against the best teams. Now,
Love it.
Andre Cisco was giving Clemson all they can have. That's why it took them so long to beat them because of him at safety. 12 interceptions in 2 years. ball hawk, know how to turn the ball over, but you can only pick one. And then in my eyes, I go with SEC all day. Jacoby Stevens, 6'2", 230, quarterback on the defense. And you can get him late. I mean, second, third round type of guy.
Mm.
Say you trade that first pick, but you have to man, you can get him and somebody else and still be rolling. Holla at your boy, pound for pound ATL. Me and Mike has got into this moment where we are just dropping down. Hey, look here, baby. Don't blame us now. Call the doctor. Cause we said no, call the fire truck because we setting this thing on fire. This is Draft House, man. Pound for pound ATL, and look for us. All off season, we coming with this hot
Heat,
fire too. Yeah,
heat.
heat, straight up
Hey,
heat.
and again, listen, we ain't cocky guys, but again, content creators, y'all worry about your own show. Because what we gonna do, we gonna get out this draft house. And y'all gotta keep tapping in and listen. As we continue to win or lose, we're gonna keep it fresh for you. And guess what?
That's
These
right.
stats, they gonna all be fact. You know how some of these I ain't going no political
Right.
affiliation, none of that kind of stuff. But they got this new thing where they fact check. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check them facts, man. You know, you want to argue about what we talking about? Check them facts.
Check them
They'll
things,
speak.
bro.
Look
Cause
at
we
that
check
film.
that. Right.
Look at Aaron Rodgers' film at Cal Berkeley, boy. Hey, Jimbo done got me fired up, boy. That got me
Hey,
fired up.
go watch it. Go watch it. And then say you gonna say Jimmy. Wow. They look like the same person almost. You right. But
Mm-hmm.
hey man, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Holla at your boy. Leave the comments below because I know y'all burnt them comments up on
Oh,
this
but
from last Friday. So we already know how that finna go. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to William Wilder, Speed Falcon for Life, Ghost Pepper. Hey
right.
man, y'all boy keep that
All right.
thing thing hot and rolling, dog.
Absolutely. And Kojak too.
Hey,
Be
Coach
strong.
Jack,
Hey, it's so many of y'all, man. Listen, man, it's
be
hard to
strong
keep
as
up,
hell.
but y'all just keep tuning in. Listen, our team is bad, but y'all keep tuning in. And I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna keep the content good.
That's
No
right.
matter how bad if the team
Right.
good, the content gonna be good. The
Right.
team bad, the content gonna be good. I mean, keep tapping in. We're gonna keep rolling on y'all. And like I said, man, y'all keep supporting this draft house, man. Y'all keep supporting it. We keep doing
Oh
it, man.
yeah, that's right. And then we gonna have the team preview. We got the Buccaneers. We got the team preview tomorrow, Saturday morning show, and then we got the live show on Tuesday. Hey man, we finna get up out of here. This draft house is finna get better and better because oh baby, we getting closer and closer. It just don't get
Yes,
no
sir.
better than that, man. Catch me on
Period.
Twitter at Jimmy Obama, and I've been getting a lot of followers. Y'all slow down, man. I can't follow y'all back too fast. Too many of y'all. No, keep it rolling. I'm lying. Keep that thing rolling. Catch me on Twitter at Jimmy Obama. JIMMY OBAMA. Yeah, I can spell. All right, Big Mike, go ahead and plug that thing, dog.
And let me tell you something. I know. Listen, I saw my DM. You know, Mike, when you gonna start saying stuff? You know, you retweet stuff. You're a retweeter. I'm like, hey, look, bro. What I retweet is what I believe in. So one, I'm gonna retweet what I believe in. You feel what I'm saying? And if you want to, hey, you want to follow your boy, you want to retweet from your boy, follow your boy at Mike MIKE_DUB. I'm gonna follow you back. Hey, you gonna have some of the best retweets in all of Twitter. Keep
Holla
following
at
your
your boy. Holla at your boy.
boy.
Hey man, shout out to JR on the coaching shows, man. Every Thursday. Woo,
Heat.
woo, woo. Hey, that Frazier, Coach Frazier. I like that one, JR. Pick up. Keep that one coming. Anyways, man, we're gonna catch y'all tomorrow on the Saturday show, Saturday morning show. We're gonna preview those Buccaneers, Jesus Christ, man, Mike. We gotta do it. It's our team, gotta do it. But until then, man, y'all be safe, stay frosty. Hey, brush your teeth and wear your mask. Holla at your
Peace.
boy. We're gonna catch y'all, man. Have a good night. Adios.